trying to freak me out?
Yeah. All right. So you had some tips for cameraing, filming. No, I thought it was really interesting. I think you should share them with people because everybody has a podcast. Everybody's got their own studio. No, it's true. Like, I just learned a lot from you, and I would like you to just repeat that little story because somebody needs
I have no tips. I listened to a podcast, and the two people were chatting, and the one guy's just started doing Insta stories. And so she said, "Oh, that's so great. Like, I'm so proud of you. I just wish," and then she goes, "Oh, let me just stop myself right there.
Because she's more professional.
I'm really happy for you. Your Insta stories are great." And then they talked about that for a little while and how good the content is and stuff. And then he said, "Hey, did you have any like feedback or tips for me?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm so glad you could ask." It's really funny because they try not to give each other unsolicited advice, or should each other, which is a really helpful life tip.
That's a great marriage tip.
It's a great marriage tip.
You know what you should do though?
No, let me just stop and be the person I wish I was. And so she just said that if you're like, she noticed that in his stories, he's kind of looking down, like he's holding his phone here. So you're looking down like 3 degrees basically when you're doing your Insta stories. And she's like, really, you want to be, so there's like the horizon, but you want to be like 3 degrees above the horizon. That's the money shot.
Most people on Zoom are like it's a nostril shot, shadows over. Yeah. Hey, there's a little tip of the day.
3 degrees above the horizon.
3 degrees above
is
the
where
horizon.
You want your camera.
And then when you're talking, like, should we be talking to each other, like looking at each other, or are we supposed to be looking in the camera?
Well, the podcast that I listen to, they don't.
That's as far as you got?
It's audio, so they didn't discuss that. But sure. I do know that they don't look at each other when they're podcasting. Like, they're not on video. They're just audio.
Listen. Okay. Good.
Hey, Raj. Welcome. Good morning. We're going to do
good morning.
We do a daily reading.
Doing a little morning Devo.
Trying to maintain our sanity.
Get our spiritual armor on.
Yep.
Yep.
Try not to kill each other.
No. All right. We are in December. Like, Christmas is coming. Google told me it was what, -20 today?
Something. -24 with the wind chill, but you don't believe in wind chill.
Wind chill is dumb.
I think my morning plans have changed though.
You're going for a walk.
We were going for a long
walk.
I
don't like wind chill. Like, it's very exaggerated. I understand the concept of it.
It's not
but
exaggerated.
When they say, when you go outside and it says it's -20, but with the wind chill it feels like -352. It's just like, I don't need to know the wind chill. Like, we don't do that in the summertime. In the summer, it's not like it is 27 degrees out, but it feels like with the cool breeze, it could be 25.8 degrees.
If you're going to be outside for any extended period of time in the winter with the snow and the wind, you need to know what the actual temperature is going to feel like when you've been outside for longer than 15 minutes. If you buy me a Canada Goose jacket...
You shouldn't be outside for more than 15 minutes. We all live in Canada.
No, we have to be outside for longer than 15 minutes or we're not going to survive winter.
No, we're going to survive.
All right, do this reading before I throat punch you.
The weatherman.
Yeah. Man. Your aversion to wind chill... I don't understand.
Yeah, because like if you have clothing on, it's like the wind isn't going through my clothing. Like, unless I'm wearing a t-shirt, then that's important.
You go from your car to a house to a building.
Yeah, literally, I could wear sandals all year.
There are lots of people who want to spend time outdoors, and they want to dress appropriately for it.
Most of them have little children.
No, not most of them. Lots of people outside.
Let's go to the beach in the winter. All right, this one is called Taking Care of Ourselves Emotionally.
You are allowed to have your own opinion.
Thank you.
You're allowed to have your own opinion.
That permission. I appreciate it. So can you.
I don't.
Feelings was yesterday.
No.
You don't what? You don't like it? You don't like you can have your opinion, but it's
sometimes it's nice if you express your opinion and then I get a chance to express my opinion and then you could say, nah, I see differently. But it gets frustrating when
I don't like your opinion?
No, but when you don't give me the space to express my opinion.
How about feelings yesterday? You did feelings yesterday with your friend Joanne?
Yes.
And what was your big takeaway?
No, we're going to read a new one.
I know, but we're in taking care of ourselves emotionally. So what I'm hearing is that we can both have our own opinions, but we need to listen to each other better.
Yes.
I need to.
Oh my goodness! Do you know how big my heart just got?
Oh my goodness! Drink your coffee.
Yes, that's all I.
Hey, this is you.
That's
December 16th.
Thank you.
You're
for
even.
Listening.
I'm odd.
You didn't just listen to me. You heard me.
I heard. That's important.
Thank you,
guys. Super important.
All right. What does it mean to take care of myself emotionally? I recognize when I'm feeling angry and I accept that feeling without shame or blame. I recognize when I'm feeling hurt and I accept those feelings without attempting to punish the source of my pain. I recognize and feel fear when that emotion presents itself. I allow myself to feel happiness, joy, and love when those emotions are available. Taking care of myself means I've made a decision that it's okay to feel. Taking care of my emotions means I allow myself to stay with the feeling until it's time to release it and go on to the next one. I recognize that sometimes my feelings can help point me towards reality, but sometimes my feelings are deceptive. They are important, but I do not have to let them control me. I can feel and think too. I can talk to people about my feelings when that's appropriate and safe. I reach out for help or guidance if I get stuck in a particular emotion. I'm open to the lessons my emotions may be trying to teach me. After I feel, accept, and release the feeling, I ask myself what it is I want or need to do to take care of myself. Taking care of myself emotionally means I value, treasure, explore, and cherish the emotional parts of myself. Today, I will take care of myself emotionally. I will be open to and accepting of the emotional part of myself and other people. I will strive for balance by combining emotions with reason, but I will not allow intellect to push the emotional part of myself away.
Amen. I just want to start by saying I want to cherish the emotional parts of myself. That's really good. I'm not making fun of it. It's just the wording.
Does it make you uncomfortable?
I want to cherish.
Does it make you uncomfortable to talk about feelings?
It does not make me feel uncomfortable today.
Today.
And I don't mean yesterday, but today in my life.
Right.
I do not struggle with talking about emotions. I love emotions. I'm not controlled by them. I think recognizing, I think is a beautiful thing.
Was there a period of time where talking about emotions did make you feel uncomfortable?
What were emotions? Yeah, I don't. Because I felt like it was like going into like a bee's nest. Like there's no point in going in that direction because nothing good happens out of it.
After you started drinking in high school, and then you drank.
Mm-hmm.
And drank.
Yeah, that's what drinkers do.
For a long career of drinking. And then remember you stopped drinking and you came home.
I had a lot of emotions. And I remember being at rehab and I was happy because I was in such a dark place, in such a dark pit. Psychosis in rehab had started lifting off of me, and I was like coming under the understanding that I wasn't mentally ill, that I didn't wreck my brain for good, and that I was going to be okay. And I was just really happy. And I remember this hippie. He was a hippie guy. He comes in and he's in rehab and he's super hippie and he's got the hippie coat and he's like the most miserable person. And I just like one day I had enough of it. And I just said, "You're the most angry hippie I've ever met. Like, be happy." And, but it doesn't matter if you're a hippie or a jock or a headbanger. It's like addiction really takes away your emotions.
Well, and I think, is it really that? Yeah, because I think a lot of us, we just want to feel numb. Like we get to a place where we realize like, oh, wow, I'm trying to numb. Like there's so much like yuck that I can't deal with this. And so I'll just have this glass of wine. And then I didn't mean to finish the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, I didn't mean to finish that 2-4. And I said I wasn't going to drink during the week. And I can't not drink during the week because it gets to a point where we just can't push that all away. Like I can't push it away. And so now I'm doing things more and more and more often than I meant to be doing them, than I wanted to be doing them. And I think we just get in this vicious cycle of like, initially when we first try to change the pattern of that, we have a really hard time creating new patterns, right? Because our pattern has been serving a purpose for us. And those emotions can be really scary.
Our emotions always led me to the bottle, to using. And then in early recovery, my emotions were so exaggerated. Like I would have so highs and then so lows. And if I'm going to be controlled, and if by my emotions and I don't take responsibility for them, then I believe that's part of leading me back into my addiction. And so that's what I need a break from, is just this emotional exuberance. Is like, it's good to be excited. I'm a very excitable person.
You are.
But it doesn't control me, and I know it's not extreme, and it's not dysfunctional. Sometimes it can be. But
I think you gave
yourself, I recognize it.
You gave yourself a lot of space in those early years of sobriety. You gave yourself space. And I think, part of it was you had people around you. You had a few, you wound up getting a sponsor. You had a man a pastor, actually, that you had gone somewhere and he spoke. And then you realized, like, actually, okay, I can be around this guy. And then you thought, well, I want to be around this guy more. And then you actually started letting him speak into your life. You invited him to speak into your life. That's the beginning of trust. We don't necessarily have to trust people right away, but recognizing that there's something in them that we see that we can actually connect with, and then it just inviting more time with them, I think grows us into trust. And I think he taught you a lot, and he was a safe place where you could process all that early stuff. That exuberance, you were a man.
Yeah, talking things out. I think that's beautiful. Being able to talk about things. I love how she writes. Sometimes my feelings are deceptive.
So that's where I can really, really, really identify. And I think for me, I've spent a lot of my life reacting on my emotions and just being, how I see the world. I think that that's actually how the world really is. And then at a certain point in time, I started to realize, I'm actually looking at the world through a pair of glasses that are tinted. And so I'm actually seeing the world through my tinted glasses, and I'm not necessarily seeing the world how it really is. And so how do I step back and take off those tinted glasses and start to slowly, reanalyze, is this emotion serving me well, or is this actually harming me more? Can I learn how to not react?
And I know that with me, I've been able to recognize my emotions, especially when there's a bit of conflict or somebody's saying something that I don't like. I don't quickly say, I don't feel safe right now, I can't talk to you, or I just don't know what you're saying. And there's an emotional response inside of me. Do I always have to respond? Is that appropriate? Or am I just trying to be controlling? Right. And are my emotions controlling me to control you?
Has that ever happened?
Oh.
In our marriage?
Oh, in our marriage? No, not at all.
We've just
very
much
we can shut each other down because of our emotional response inside. And then I really feel that God speaks to us through emotion. So what is God saying? What wounding do I have? What belief system am I holding on to that I'm so offended right now, that I'm so hurt right now? Let God lead you into a greater healing and being open to it.
I think we talked about that yesterday, which is a good one. If you didn't see yesterday's, to go back and revisit yesterday's.
Two girls talking about feelings.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get our day going. Let's get our day on.
We got a couple of new people that commented.
Hi, guys.
That was nice and fun. Thank you for joining us. We are here almost every morning reading a book called The Language of Letting Go. And it's a daily reader. And then we just chat about it. And we are just a couple of people who went through.
And if you want more information on our website, we have a program called LifeLab, and it walks you through all of this stuff that we talk about in recovery. And so if you don't know by now, wash your hands today. Keep 6 feet apart, a hockey stick length.
In Canada, we measure 6 feet by hockey sticks. So
all right.
Hockey stick is a safe social distancing.
Have a great Wednesday, and we will see you tomorrow.